So this is what my summer book bingo board is currently looking like.
Kickstart me trying to read 3 books this week. I am loving this book. Hi guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to another reading vlog. If you recall from a recent video, I created a summer bingo board that I wanted to try and complete across the months of June, July and August. And shamefully, I haven't really looked back at that bingo board since making that video, and that was in like the beginning to middle of June. So I am running out of time to try and complete this bingo board, and I would like to try and complete some prompts. So in today's video, we're going to be focusing on some of the bingo board squares that I made myself and try and complete at least one row of bingo and just kind of like see how we go. I have a couple of books in mind for this week. I have already started one, so I'll give you a quick rundown of the books I want to try and read this week. It's a very ambitious TBR for 1 week, but fingers crossed we can do it. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, and which kind of like bingo squares they relate to. So the first books I started last night because I just wanted to start something quick and easy after finishing my latest read. So I started, and I'm so happy to be back on a Kindle. I read quite a lot of physical books or audiobooks recently. I'm so excited to be back on my Kindle reading my first ever Carly Fortune book. I have started Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and this does indeed tick off one of my bingo squares of literally read a Carly Fortune book. I want to know what the hype is about, so I'm really intrigued to go into this one. I'm 25 pages into it so far and really enjoying it. So fingers crossed that enjoyment continues. I'm really enjoying so far the flashbacks to past summers and then reading also the current summer. So what this book basically follows is our main character in the current timeline who is working corporate job. I don't know much about the character yet because like I said, I'm only 25 pages in, but she gets a call from someone she hasn't really heard from for quite a while saying that his mum has died and if he could go back to the lake for her funeral, he would really appreciate it. This character is Charlie, and back all these summers ago, her and her family used to have a lake house and go there every single summer, and her neighbours used to be another family with 2 sons, one called Charlie and one called Sam, and I'm assuming they like really bud up this really good relationship, and I think she ends up dating Sam, and she hasn't gone back to the lakeside town since breaking up with Sam. So she goes back for Sam and Charlie's mum's funeral, and I'm assuming kind of old feelings start to arise, etc, but I'm really enjoying that you get both flashbacks, so you really understand how her relationship with Charlie and Sam kind of progressed from the beginning all the way up to why kind of like she's lost contact, etc. So I'm really enjoying this one so far, and that will tick off an entire bingo square, which is very exciting. And then another bingo square that I want to complete and tick off completely is to finish a series. So I'm going to get my teeth into Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake, which is the third and final book in the Bright Falls trilogy. So this will definitely tick off the finish a series square, which I'm very excited about, and it will help me on my way to reading 10 books off my physical TBR, because as you can see, it's a physical book from my physical TBR. So that will help towards that goal as well. I won't be able to tick it off in this vlog. And then maybe hopefully get around to an audiobook as well this week. An audiobook off my physical TBR would be lovely. I have a few in mind, and we'll just kind of like see what I'm feeling when I start an audiobook tomorrow, because I don't tend to start audiobooks until Tuesday when I start driving to and from work for the week, but we'll kind of like decide that one later on. But that's kind of like my plan. Hopefully making progress in one of my squares of reading 10 books off a physical TBR and completing 2 squares. That would be really good for me. So that's the plan for the week. My first port of call is Every Summer After, and I'll keep you posted.
So this is what my summer book bingo board is currently looking like. I have managed to tick off one, and that was to buy a new release. I did actually buy Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, as well as My Friends by Frederick Bachman in June. So I guess not as horrendous as it could have been, but as you can see, the rest of the board is looking fairly empty. So in this week's reading vlog, we're going to try and tick off Carly Fortune by reading Every Summer After. We're also going to try and tick off Finish a Series with Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, and then also make way in completing my 10 physical TBR books. And also, this could count as a theme reading vlog, so we could also tick off that one, which would be make this vlog very successful. So that's the overall plan. Fingers crossed we can do it. I have hope in myself. I'm feeling motivated and productive, so fingers crossed. I have now finished work for the day. I'm about to make dinner, and I thought it was a perfect time to start my audiobook for the week, to
kickstart me trying to read 3 books this week. Fingers crossed it happens. So, in terms of audio books, I have recently switched from Everand to BookBeat just because Everand started only allowing you to read 1 book a month on the app, and I'm not here for that. I'm paying like $10.99. I feel like I deserve to read more than 1 book. So I've switched over to BookBeat. They have very similar library in terms of the audiobooks they have that you can pick from. So, and on BookBeat you can actually like categorize. I don't know if you could on Everand, but you can on BookBeat. So I've categorized into on TBR and not owned for books I'm interested in that I don't have a physical copy of that I might want to read versus books I do own physically, to like the higher priority of books that I would like to get to. So I don't want to listen to Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, which is an option. I could, but I don't think that's the vibe for this week. The Summer Swap I don't want to listen to because I don't want it to get confused with Every Summer After, and I don't want my reading experience to be hindered by reading 2 very similar books because I feel like summary vibes might kind of clash ever so slightly. The books that I am thinking of picking up is Cat Lady by Donna Porter. I've had this book on my TBR for about 1.5 years now. My mum got it for me as a job promotion gift and I still haven't read it. And I really want to. It's a very kind of like slice of life book. It's about a woman just trying to like figure out life. And I feel like that is far enough away from Every Summer After to not get confused. So I might put Cat Lady on and get this book underway, and that would get a book off my physical TBR as well because I have it upstairs on my TBR trolley. So I think that might be the way, and it's also only 7 hours and 38 minutes, and I usually get to my audiobooks at 1.5 to 2 times speed depending on the narrator. So that is, I think my plan is to read Cat Lady by Donna Porter. Says Mia has made all the right choices. She's married, she has a nice house, a good career, but life isn't about fitting into a box, and there's another woman inside her who's just clawing to get out. And I think it's basically like a self-discovery book. So I'm going to put this one on as an audiobook whilst I prep dinner before Mark gets home, and then I'm going to sit down on the sofa for the rest of the evening and binge as much as possible because I'm determined this week to read as much as humanly possible and actually get back into properly reading and dedicating time in the evenings to read. So that is the plan. I'm going to put this on and see how far we can get. It's now Tuesday evening and I'm coming in with a reading update because I am now, I want to say like 70% of the way through of Every Summer After, and I basically started it yesterday because on Sunday I only really got like 20 pages into it. I am loving this book. I can see the hype with Carly Fortune now. She writes really easy, very sweet, quite in-depth romances. Like, it's not just a romance, there's a lot of other kind of like side plots and stuff as well. I am loving the relationship between her and Sam, but also I really just like the dynamic of the families involved as well. I'm not loving Percy's friends from the city. Like, they're a bit like meh, don't really care about them. But her and Sam, I even like Charlie. I know Charlie gets a lot of hate in this book and people say it's best to read this one first before going into One Golden Summer because this is Charlie's book. They say to read One Golden Summer first because you get a better understanding of Charlie's behaviour in One Golden Summer if you've read Every Summer After first. And I can see that Charlie is quite interesting character in this book, but I actually really like his dynamic. I think what he brings to the story is quite interesting. So I'm just really enjoying the whole overall plot, and I just want to be able to read as much as it is physically possible. So yesterday I managed to read 106 pages of this. Today I'm just under the 100-page mark, and I've read 82 pages of this, but I'm not finished reading for the evening. I'm going to get into bed now and read as much as possible before falling asleep around 10 o'clock. And then the other book I am listening to is Cat Lady by Dawn Porter, which yesterday I got 46 pages into whilst cooking dinner. I don't really have any thoughts on this one so far. It's very slice of life. It's very mediocre. I haven't really got my teeth into it to say too much about it, but it follows the main character Mia, who is married and she is the stepmom of her husband's child, and she has this rivalry between her and her stepchild's actual mother, and the actual mother doesn't really like her very much because she feels like she's taken the place of the actual mother. But other than that, nothing plot-wise has really happened yet, and I know I'm only 46 pages in, but I can kind of see this book being a very basic 3-star for me, and a book that I'm going to be happy to get off my physical TBR. So a very mediocre read, but a potential like 4.5-star read here. So we'll see where I go up to, but I'm gonna cozy down into bed now, read as much as this as humanly possible, and hopefully get like 80% of the way through. I'd love to get to like the 250-page mark to finish off tomorrow, but we'll see how much I can read whilst trying to stay awake. But yes, that is the reading update for Tuesday. To finish Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, giving it 4.5 stars. I absolutely adored this book. I thought the way that the dual timelines were written so well that you really got an idea and an understanding of why the characters were the way they are and their history, for the like third act conflict per se to pan out the way that it did in the present timeline. I just thought it was such a well executed story. I wanted to give it 5 stars, but I just didn't give it a 5-star feeling, and that is what I'm struggling with this year. It's like I'm reading a lot of 4.5 stars, but no books are really giving me that 5-star feeling. Am I being too critical? I don't know, but I would highly, highly recommend this book. I absolutely adored it. I love the characters. I cannot wait to dive into One Golden Summer, which I really wanted to do like straight off the bat because, like I said in a previous update clip, I really enjoyed Charlie in this one, which I know he gets quite a lot of like hate for in this one. But I actually found him quite endearing in like a interesting way of the way that he like really looked after our main character by the end of the story. So I really like Charlie in this one. I'm very excited to read Charlie in this one because it's like a bucket list kind of trope, and I love a bucket list trope, so I'm really excited to delve into this one, and I've heard incredible things about it. But alas, that was not on the TBR for this week. The book that was on my TBR for this week was Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake, and I am just about 100 pages into this one. I'm on page 89, and also really enjoying this one. So we could have a strong reading vlog right here with us right now, because I'm really enjoying this one. I knew that this might be potentially my favourite out of the series. So far, Delilah Green Doesn't Care got like a 4.5 star. Ashley Parker got a 2.5. I just really didn't enjoy that romance or their connection or anything. I didn't really feel it in that one, so unfortunately I really just didn't like that book. But this one is on the up again. I'm really enjoying it. I love the dynamic of the friendship group again, and I'm really enjoying the way, just like the kind of whole premise of this book alongside kind of like the setting. So this is once again set in Bright Falls, which is like a small town. Friends' romances have been set. This is following Iris Kelly, which is the third and final friend that you get to meet in this little companion series. And she is very much like done with love. She just does the hookups, she does the one night stands, she just does the fucks. She doesn't want the love or the relationships. However, her parents are very much like, you need to settle down, like you need to get married, etc. And she's very much adamant that that's not the kind of life that she wants to lead. She ends up having a one night stand with our other main character in this book, is told in dual perspective, Stevie. It didn't go very well, the one night stand. It didn't end on such a high, and I feel like I haven't got to this part of the book yet, but I feel like they don't expect to see each other again. And then in Stevie's point of view, you see her really struggling to kind of like move on, and therefore she hasn't had a relationship in a very long time, but she really wants one, and she feels like her friends are judging her for not having one. So when the failed one night stand happens and she goes in the next day to see her friends, they believe that the one night stand went really well, and then Stevie ends up lying and saying that it did, and that she's seeing Iris again. And obviously that hasn't been in the works, and I feel like fake dating starts from that point, because I think they're about to bump into each other for the second time, which I'm excited to kind of like see how that dynamic plays out. But the thing I love most about this one is Iris Kelly is actually a romance author, and she's struggling to write her second book. She's on a deadline, so I feel like the fake dating is going to help her write her second romance novel. And then I really like Stevie because she is like a wannabe actress. She wants something bigger for herself. She wants to move to the big city and get like a really solid role in a really big film or theatre show, but she is struggling with the auditions. So when her friend needs her to help out at the local community theatre, she ends up taking the main role in that show, and Iris Kelly ends up auditioning for the same play because her agent believes that doing something creative outside of writing will help her come out of her writer's block. And I think that's how the meet cute happens for a second time. So I'm really enjoying like the dynamic of each other's like kind of like side plots that go on in this story. Like we've got an author and like an actress, and I just think it's going to work really, really well. So I'm excited to delve further into this one. But so far, I'm loving my reads. The only book that I haven't really got my teeth into this week is Cat Lady, and that's just because I haven't had time to listen to an audiobook. Usually I commute to and from work in the week, and that's when I listen to audiobooks, but it just hasn't happened this week because I haven't been commuting as much, because I've been working from home, / today is Friday. I've had the day off as part of my annual leave, so I just haven't been reading that one, and I'm not really engrossed in reading it. I don't really feel like I want to pick it up, so therefore I'm not creating tasks myself around the house to enable myself to read it. So that one's been kind of put on the back burner. I'm not complaining too much because I'm having such good reads with these two that I don't want to dampen my experience. So yes, so far such a good reading vlog, and I can't wait to delve more into this one.
Got a bingo in this vlog, and also managed to tick off themed vlog. So 4 out of the 5 squares. Not too bad.
It has been a long time since I've spoken and given you guys a reading update for this vlog, but I have since finished Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, giving it a 4-star, and I think, having read this and now completed a series, yay, I'm going to give this a 4-star and bump Delilah Green Doesn't Care up to a 4.5 officially, because I think I've given that one also a 4-star, but I remember just enjoying that one a hell of a lot more than this one, although I did love this one as well, with Ashley Parker going in last. So top, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date in second, and then Ashley Parker Doesn't Fail in third. Overall, a really solid romance sapphic series if you're interested in one and you haven't kind of read this one yet, or haven't kind of continued on with the series. I would recommend it. I think just me personally, Ashley Parker wasn't like the be-all and end-all, but the first and last book were definitely really good, solid romances that I would highly, highly recommend. And this one was just no exception. The reason I haven't rated this one as high is because I just don't feel like you got the banter and the friendship that you did in Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I don't know if it's because Delilah Green was entering from the outside world into this small town, into the friendship group for the first time. So you were really learning about all of the friends together in that first book that you can't get again. You can't replicate that feeling, and that feeling was just so humorous and funny and just like awkward. And Delilah Green just really kind of like, she was a solid character. I absolutely adored her. She's definitely one of my favourite characters alongside Iris Kelly, so I think that's why these two books obviously top tiered for me. But overall, really, really enjoyed this one. Had such a fun time. It definitely ended as I expected, because I think last time I updated you, they hadn't done the second meet cute yet, so Stevie and Iris hadn't met for the second time, and that is where they did have their meet cute. So Iris Kelly goes to audition for the same play that Stevie is in, and they end up both being the leads, and they make a pact that they're going to fake date. So Stevie's friends would get up her back, Iris's family would get up her back, but Iris Kelly would also get that romantic side of things kind of rebubbling to the surface to help her write and finish her second romance novel, and Stevie would learn to kind of be more confident in herself in her kind of like sexual awakening, if that makes sense. And I thought the dynamic was really, really good. The third act conflict, not so good. The ending felt a little bit rushed, but overall a really solid romance and highly recommend it. And I'm so glad I managed to tick off another box off my bingo board. So I have completed an entire bingo row now, which is also really exciting, and I'm counting this vlog as my themed reading vlog square as well. So I'm well on my way to getting a second bingo. I just want to quickly mention Cat Lady. I've made no progress in this whatsoever. I'm still at the 46 page mark. I just don't feel like this book is the right time for me right now. I'm not really in an audiobook phase, and I'm sure once Bubba arrives I'll be back to audiobooks, late night feeding, needing something to keep myself awake. Audiobooks are going to be my go-to friend, but for now, in the car whilst it's summer and sunny, country music is my go-to. One of my favourite bands are slowly releasing new singles off a new album that's coming very, very soon, so I just want to listen to that. Aston Marigold has a new song out, so I've been very much in my music whilst commuting era, more so than audiobooks. So I'm going to put this book down for now, softy in effort, but I'm not going to complain about this vlog or whatsoever, because I still managed to read two really, really solid books, a almost 400 page 4-star and a 350-ish page 4.5 star. So this was such a good reading vlog. I just cannot wait to delve into One Golden Summer now, and I'm just happy to have another series not only started in 2025 but completed in 2025. So I feel very, very accomplished with this one as well. So that's the end of this week's reading vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to future content from me. I do actually think I'm going to be turning this kind of like summer bingo board into a mini like vlog series, so I'll do another one in a couple of weeks time and try and tackle some more squares off the bingo board, just to keep you guys in the loop on my progress and how I'm completing it, and hopefully we'll complete it in the next 1 to 2 episodes. So it'll be like a 3 or 4 episode kind of little mini series, just to see if I can tackle all of my like summer bookish bingo goals. So I think that'd be really fun. So make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more of those, and subscribe to see any more future content. I also may be doing weekly vlogs from when Bubba is born to document my entire maternity leave in weekly vlogs, just to document Bubba's first year of life, what I'm reading as a new time mum, etc, etc. So if you also want to see that, let me know in the comments as well, because I'm very 50-50 on that for now. Bubba won't be on screen at all, we're going to keep him very private, but if you are interested in kind of like how you balance being a new mum with reading, I'm going to keep it really real with you guys and hopefully get some vlogs out for you guys to show you that side of things. So there's a lot of hopefully really good content coming. Obviously I'm going to be off work for an entire year, and yes, it's not a holiday, but it's still going to give me the extra kind of free time to really focus on my YouTube channel, which I'm really, really excited for. So subscribe so you don't miss future content, because I feel like there's quite a lot of good stuff coming. And I will see you in my next reading vlog, which I'm bringing back an oldie but a goodie. I only ever did 1 episode of it, but I cannot wait to bring it back, and I'm hoping to bring it back across the next year as well, of reading unknown books on BookTube, episode number 2, finally. So there's so much coming. I cannot wait to share the next year of my life with you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.